Welcome to the Narc. Like and follow if you've ever dealt with somebody who swears up and down they don't need therapy. Let's get into it. Why the narcissist skips therapy, manipulates therapy, or flips therapy into their own courtroom where you end up the defendant. Because if that therapist has a master's degree in relationships, that narcissist has a Harvard doctorate in manipulation. And they've been defending that thesis since childhood. See, therapy is built on honesty, vulnerability, and accountability. That's three things the narcissist avoids, like they owe them child support. A narcissist looks at therapy and says, why would I pay someone to tell me I'm wrong when I've been getting away with being wrong for free? In their mind, they're undefeated. They've been running the same plays on partners, friends, family, and sometimes whole workplaces for decades. One therapist, that's just another opponent to finesse. But when they do show up, usually dragged in by a partner who's begging for help, that's when the Broadway lights come on. Picture a couples session. Therapist asks, how do you feel about your communication? Narcissist leans back cool, smug. Says, honestly, doc, I think my partner is the narcissist. Suddenly you're on trial and they're the star witness. You came in for healing and you left accused of having the very disorder you're suffering under. That's the therapy flip, and they pull it off like magicians. Now imagine a solo session. A therapist thinks they're about to peel back layers, do some real work. But the narcissist walks in like they're auditioning for a role in a tragedy. Nobody understands me. Everyone betrays me. People always leave me. The therapist, trained in empathy, leans in like, wow, tell me more. Meanwhile, the narc is just clocking weaknesses. Oh, you care about fairness? Good, I'll play the victim. You like reconciliation? Great, I'll dangle false hope. They can turn a therapy room into a chessboard where the therapist becomes a pawn. Don't get it twisted. There are some amazing therapists out here, some real Jedi masters who can cut through the fog. But those folks are rare because most therapists are taught to lean on empathy. And empathy, to a narcissist, is like an open bar at a wedding. They'll keep pouring themselves another round of pity and projection until you're drunk on their version of events. It's not that therapists are weak, it's that narcissists treat therapy like a hustle. And let me humanize this for you. We all know somebody who's been to therapy and actually grown, learned how to set boundaries, manage their trauma, or rebuild relationships. That's real healing. But narcissists, they're allergic to healing. Healing means admitting there's a wound. And admitting a wound means admitting weakness. They'd rather walk around bleeding on everybody than let somebody stitch them up. That's why they avoid therapy in the first place. Accountability is scarier than loneliness to them. Now, the excuses, man, they got a whole mixtape. I don't need a stranger in my business. That therapist is biased. Therapy's too expensive. Translation, if I sit in that chair, somebody might call me out. They'll even weaponize your desire for therapy. Why do you want therapy, huh? Are you trying to make me look bad? It's dodgeball, and therapy is the ball. They duck every time it comes their way. A couple session with a narc is like watching somebody argue with a time traveler. You're trying to talk about the fight from last Tuesday, and they're pulling receipts from 2012. Remember that time you forgot to text me back on Valentine's Day? Like, bruh, we're not even in the same decade. It's the ultimate distraction move. Keep you stuck in the past so nobody addresses the present. That's how they keep winning. You're explaining yourself while they're rewriting the script. Deep down, though, the reason they skip therapy is simple. Therapy requires reflection. Reflection requires truth. And truth is the one substance they can't stomach. They survive off control. And therapy, if it works, takes the steering wheel out of their hands. To a narcissist, that's death. That's why even when they sit in that chair, they're not there to heal. They're there to dominate. But let's keep it real. Some therapists have learned the game. They've studied personality disorders, they've seen the patterns, and they know when someone trying to pull wool over their eyes. Those therapists, oh, the narc hates them. Because suddenly, that Harvard degree in manipulation meets a real master in accountability. And when that happens, the narcissist either storms out, quits therapy, or switches therapists until they find somebody soft enough to buy their performance. So here's the gem. If you're dealing with a narcissist, don't put your faith in therapy to change them. Therapy is powerful for you. It can give you clarity, strength, and boundaries. But don't fall into the trap of thinking the narc is about to walk into a counselor's office and come out transformed like it's a car wash. They're not going to change because they sat on a couch. They're going to change only when life hands them the kind of consequences no manipulation can dodge. At the end of the day, therapy is a healing space. But when a narcissist enters, it becomes a stage, a courtroom, or a battlefield. They'll do everything to control the narrative because healing terrifies them. If your therapist has a master's degree, the narcissist has a doctorate in deception. And that's why you've got to focus on your own healing, your own growth. Like and follow the Narc, because the more wisdom you collect, the harder it is for the narc to run the same entire game on you.